Hello, darlings, and the very oh, sorry, what am I thinking? Greetings, honourable community. Hello, darlings, and the very warmest of welcomes to Friday Night Live. Yeah, the weekend is here, darlings. The week is over. That's it. We've reached Friday night, and I'm very much looking forward to spending the next half an hour or so with you as we welcome in the weekend with open arms. So. All normal rules apply, darlings. I'd love to know how your day has been. I'm always interested. Well, I mean, let's face it, we all need to know what you've been eating. And I'd love to hear what your plans for the weekend are. Now, you know me, darlings, I don't really get a weekend as such. Uh, Friday and Saturday are my two long work nights. And basically, I get up, potter around, go to work, and that's pretty much my weekend. But I know that you wonderful people have much more exciting weekends than I do, and I'd like to hear about them and live the weekend vicariously through you guys. I'd also like to drink some of this lovely wine, so cheers, your very good health. Clink if you're also enjoying a beverage. Up yours, darlings. Hmm. Oh, very welcome indeed. Oh, hello, it's happening. I haven't had one for a few days. It's happening. Oh, 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 that's a good one. Still going. I'm going to talk through it. I'm going to be professional. This is why BBC newsreaders don't drink wine when they're reading the news because, oh, they would have to try and work through a what? Oh, God above. Oh, oh, that was lovely. Haven't had one for a while. That was a beauty. That was a good one. Right then, let's get on to you, lovely people. First cab off the rank tonight is Justin George, who says hello, chums. Hello to you. Followed immediately by Jimmy Mighty Quinn, followed by Petey, Peter P. Lord Stiff Upper Lip is with us, says hello, sir. The fabulous Stratospherian. Oh, and the disinterested car girl, the lovely Emma. Good evening, playmates, including my fave playmate of all, the dashing Mr. B. I'm in two minds as to whether to stay awake for the live stream tonight, but I may just have to. As Boaty has said, he's going to tell lots of lies about me if I'm absent. Well, hi, Emma, says Peter P. Was there accidental nudity in today's video, or was it accidental, Peter P? Oh, Neil, the fabulous Neil is here. Hey all, how are we today? I'm a lot better. That's good. Still need help getting it up. Oh, well, that happens to all of us, I suppose, at some time of life. I mean, it's a little bit early for you, Neil, but it's probably a result of your operation. I'm sure that normal service will be resumed. Anyway, you shouldn't be thinking about that sort of thing. You're supposed to be recuperating. That sort of thing is off the menu for you, dear boy. Uh, Still need help getting it up. Oh no, sorry, I got that wrong. Still need help getting up. I apologise. I do apologise for that. But I can walk around now standing straight, so that's a blessing. Hope everyone is good. Well, delighted to hear that your improvement is relatively immediate, mate. Don't you go getting carried away though. Make the most of your rest and recuperation time. Ah, oh dear. Barry has rewritten the lyrics to Chin Up, and rather clever actually. And he's turned dear old Bruce into a dope head. Oh dear. That is rather clever. Uh, Barry's on his own. Had to go to the doctor. Nothing serious. Glad to hear it. That's great, Neil, says Emma. Soon be back to fecking up gibbons and giving Chinese burns in no time. Did the hospital matron treat your toasted todger while you were in? Sort of buy one get one free up. I did suggest it before you went in for the op. I suggested that you try and get them to do a quick skin graft on his poor old toasted todger. Simone is with us and says, hiya, hello, Simone. Taste My Pie is with us and says, Mike says hi. Da, da, da. Diddly do. Oh, Tracy P is with us. Good evening, all. Glad to hear that Neil is home. Indeed. Andrew Buttygate is here. I've spotted Butty. A very good evening, everyone, and a jolly good evening to you. Matron is here and would like us to know that she is horizontal and on her phone. The fabulous Mark Passad is right in our midst, and that's always exciting. And Emma is also horizontal and on her phone. Jolly good. Hit the like button, urges Tracy P. And that's always a kindness because there are serial dislikers still lurking around. So every little tickle on that like button, darlings, will very much help. So I appreciate each and every one of you who makes the effort to just give that like button a little stroke. It really does help. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. Tracy P's bush is in need of some attention. Skick is here. With a question. Do you sleep well, Boat? Always been an issue for me, sleep. Nothing worse knowing you have a busy day ahead without sleep. Skick, I'm afraid I'm one of those annoying people who sleep incredibly well. I'm asleep within 30 seconds of getting into bed. And I sleep long and sound. The only thing I struggle with in the sleep department is getting up. I'm not brilliant at getting up. I love my sleep and I'm afraid I sleep very well. But commiserations to everybody who does have trouble with their sleep. Trisha Alderman is with us. Good evening, Jason, and all in chat. A jolly good evening to you. Stephen S. Paul is with us. Evening, children of the realm, and a very good evening to you, Stephen. Neil says, Mr. Jason Parry Hughes, just remember one thing and one thing only. I can still fuck you up even in the condition I'm in. Dear. Practice makes perfect, getting it up, says Jimmy F500. A jolly good evening to you. And Sophie's here as well. Hi, everyone, and Boaty, how are you? I'm grand. I've got a funny story from before surgery, says Neil. And everybody's saying hello to Skick, so that's rather lovely. I'm just going to top my wine up, darling. Bear with me. Oh, goodness gracious me. Oops. Oh, dear, I didn't mean to do that. At all. Goodness gracious, how audacious. So, food news. My food news for lunch today, I made chow mein again. I made chow mein to you because I needed to use up all of the bean sprouts. Tonight will be staff curry, naturally. And tomorrow, now then. Excuse me. As mentioned in the previous live stream, I am seriously thinking about making tomorrow and all Saturdays a cooked brunch day. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing that. And I'm thinking about videoing it and having Boaty's Saturday brunch video. So that is currently the plan for tomorrow. And when things settle down a bit, and uh, after the summer holidays and all of that, I might do a Boaty Sunday lunch video as well, and cover the weekend with two foodie videos. I miss I miss doing foodie videos. I enjoy them very much. I'm not showing off because I'm not a particularly good cook. Um, I just enjoy doing them, and hopefully it encourages other people, maybe. Um, so yeah, but I particularly like the idea of brunch because I would like to get better at it, and it's a thing that I enjoy. So yeah, Saturday might be the official Boaties World Brunch Day. And of course, if any of you would like to join me in having a Saturday brunch, you remember I told you in the other video that when I was married, we always did a Saturday brunch, and we had open house when I was married. So Saturday, anybody could turn up for brunch; they'd be very welcome. And then same thing with Sunday lunch. I mean, Mrs. Boaty, the artist formerly known as Mrs. Boaty, was a proper Irish woman. So her first inclination was to feed anybody who would walk through the door. And I'm very much like that as well. And yeah, we got a good thing going there. That Mrs. Boaty would do the drinks and the chat, and I would do the cooking and the serving and the dressing of the table and all of that sort of thing. And we really enjoyed it. I'd love to do it now, but obviously I've got no family and no friends who live immediately in the area who could just pop round for a brunch. But hey ho, if I do it virtually with you guys, that's just as good, right? Yeah. So the brunch might be a thing, and I'll vary it week by week. Put in some little differences. Um, Now then. Oh, my comments have jumped. That doesn't very often happen. Oh, that's where I was, isn't it? Oh, Holly is with us. Hello, Boaty, and sorry I'm late. Oh, don't you worry about that. We're just glad you're here, Holly. Um, oh, a community snap from Emma. Emma had chow mein. Oh, right. There you are. Mine was, I tried a new thing in mine today, darlings, and it was quite successful. Let me show you in case you would like to also take advantage of this. It's just another little thing to throw into the chow mein mix, but check that out. Hot chili soy sauce. Mm. Yeah, I would recommend it. I would very much recommend it. Now, I'm not 100% certain exactly how this should be used. And to be honest, the only reason I used it, I bought it when I saw it. It was a new thing. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. I'll buy that. But as it happens, today I I only had a dribble left. Look, it's completely empty now. But I only had a dribble of my light soy sauce left. Not as much as I would normally use. I had dark soy sauce, and I looked at this and I thought, well, this is more of a light soy than a dark. So I thought I'll add a touch of this, and I could definitely taste a little bit of difference there, darling. So I would recommend that. Throw it into your chow mein mix. Why not? Oh, well, we're putting that back in the cupboard. It's empty. What a silly chap. Yeah, so I really would recommend that. Give it a go. How was your chow mein, Emma? Now you said that the last chow mein you had, which was a takeaway, you said was a little bit disappointing, but in comparison to mine. But then I think you were maybe just being flattering. Although I will say this, darlings, I used to eat chow mein on a Sunday night. Now that stopped because on a Sunday night I couldn't be bothered cooking after I'd been cooking a big Sunday roast. Um, and also, I didn't want a massive meal because I had a massive luncheon. And I fell into this habit of having chow mein. Now, this habit started way back when I was married. And on a Sunday night, I would get chow mein from the local takeaway where I lived when I was married, which is a part of Chesterfield called Hasland or Hasland, if any of you happen to know it. Um, and then it kind of continued on after the divorce, and I fell into the habit of dropping into a lovely little takeaway in Clay Cross uh, that we got incredibly friendly with. I used it. I used to use it before, but then when Chinese Madam came along, she really gelled with them. They became very, very good friends. Um, to this day, well, I've not been in there for a while. I'll go on to tell you why. Uh, but their beautiful little daughter, sort of 4-year-old daughter, we got so close that she called me uncle. Uncle! She'd start crying and getting really excited whenever I walked in. And so I carried on having chow mein on a Sunday night. And when I got it from my friend's takeaway, I would have beef chow mein, and they would make it and they would make it nice and spicy. Did that with Chinese Madam, and continued to do it afterwards. But quite honestly, when I started, sorry, when I started seriously learning about how to make a decent chow mein and started making my own and started experimenting and started getting it right, then I will say categorically, without a shadow of a doubt, I can't say it's better because that's pejorative and kind of individual choice, isn't it? But I much prefer my own homemade chow mein to any takeaway or restaurant dish that I've ever had. Um, I suppose it's because when you make something yourself, assuming that you can make it to the same standard as a restaurant could make it, then you can then improve it by individualizing it for to suit your own particular taste. So obviously, I've individualized mine by putting a a lot of Nepali spicing into it. I don't always do that. I don't always do that. Today, today I just made an absolutely classic Chinese chow mein, just with a bit of additional spice heat. But the spice heat came from Chinese chu chow chilies and the hot chili soy sauce. I didn't put any of the Nepali spicing in, and that was absolutely lovely as well. So yeah. So anyway, Emma, was today's chow mein, was it a takeaway or did you actually make it yourself? And if you made it yourself, how did you get on? How was it? Oh, dear, excuse me. Simone had pizza for dinner. Uh, Good on you, Simone. Did you make it at home, or was it a frozen one, or did you make it, or was it a takeaway? Takeaway pizzas. I won't buy one. I mean, I haven't had one for a long time, but why are pizzas so ridiculously expensive? I mean, no take. Oh, excuse me. No takeaway is particularly cheap in this day and age. But to me, pizzas seem ridiculously expensive, and it's not like they're difficult to make yourself. Okay, if you got making the dough could be a little bit awkward, but you don't need to. You can buy a pizza base and just add all of your own toppings onto it, and yeah, make it yourself. And of course, now I've said that, I've realised that I haven't had pizza for an awfully long time, and it would make a good video, wouldn't it? I might make my own pizza. In I tell you what, once August is out of the way, or maybe when we get into sort of October time, and the nights are getting shorter and it's getting colder. Maybe over this winter, maybe I will do more cooking stuff, a bit more experimentation, both with the things that I can already do. Maybe I'll try and learn to do some new things as well and make videos of it so you can all laugh at me. Hmm. Pardon me guzzling the wine, but it is that time of night, isn't it? Oh, and Neil has got a community snap snap with Simone. Uh, so presumably Neil also had pizza, and Sophie has also got the old snap snap because they both had pizza. What's the day you get monetized again, Boaty? Asked Neil. Well, I can't tell you the exact day. The day that I can apply to be remonetized is the 27th. So that's a week on Tuesday, I think. uh, and then, assuming that it happens, touch wood, I can't remember how long it took last time from applying to being accepted. I honestly can't remember, but it's basically going to be the end of this month, mate. Um, you know, there shouldn't be any reasons why I'm not remonetized. There is zero unoriginal content on my channel now. I think I'm nearly up to 1,400 videos, and every one of them is my own content now. There's nothing on there that isn't mine. I haven't got any community strikes against me or anything of that nature. So as far as I'm aware, there's no reason why I shouldn't be immediately remonetized. But if AN other is still going around hitting the dislike and report buttons, then you never know. So I'm not going to count my chickens until they hatch. But yeah, 27th I can reapply, and then what will be will be. I can't wait to start seeing all of the channel members lit up again in the comments on the live streams. It's and on the videos. It's heartbreaking to see all of you amazing people that have supported me and the channel so much and given your time and been with me night in and night out, and to see you all in just boring samey all the same black is it's a great shame. So I'm really looking forward to getting the channel memberships back. I think that's going to be the main thing for me, probably. You do get now, because I'm still a small channel, I don't get massive views. Then the ad revenue is pretty minor, pretty minuscule. I think the most I've earned on one video in terms of advertising revenue alone is 20 quid. And that's exceptional. Um, that's exceptional. I think the Jaguar video, the electric Jag, I think that had earned 20 quid by the time the money was switched off. And that's the most. So, and many of them were literally just a few pence. So it's in terms of the advertising revenue alone, in terms of the numbers that I do, it's a minimal amount. But the fact that it's something that does give you a little fillip, and the fact that you put a video up and you get something for it does give you a little bit of a lift compared to getting absolutely jack shit. So I guess I'm looking forward to that as well. Peter P had chicken and rice. Well, there will be a snap snap because I'll be having chicken curry and rice for my supper. Lots of talk on the net about Lucy Letby, says Skick. This random jury service has flaws. I've discussed that at length before, Skick, and I would agree. I would agree. It definitely does have flaws. 10 days to go, Boaty, says Peter P. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's God, it's been a long 3 months. Been a long 3 months. Thank you again to everybody who's helped get me through those months, by the way. You're probably bored of hearing me say it, but honestly, I feel that I can't say it enough. And while I'm on, I've just remembered that I didn't thank somebody who, again, did their channel membership equivalents via PayPal. I think it was Richard Mann, I'm sure it was. And he sent a nice message with it as well. Let me just check. Oh, Trisha. Oh, I've just seen yours. Gosh, I hadn't seen that. Oh, thank you very much indeed. And I will do. I definitely will do. Oh, what a lovely idea. That's a really nice idea. Thank you. I will do exactly that. It was Richard Mann. I thought it was. And others have done it as well, of course, but I've already thanked them. And I just remembered I hadn't thanked Richard, and I hadn't seen that from Trisha. Trisha's bunged a couple of quid in the old PayPal pot for Gulliver's for a little treat for Little Lemon. So that's really kind, and I'll be sure to do that. I'll be sure to do it. I'm really excited about it. I'm so excited about next week, darlings. I'm so excited. I mean, hopefully, I'm going to try and keep the momentum going of what's been happening in the latter part of this summer. You know, particularly with Emma, of course. And we have got some ideas and some semi plans going forward because we would both like to keep the momentum going, partly for the sake of our YouTube channels, but partly because we just have a hell of a lot of fun. And life is too short not to have fun, darlings. So yeah, we're definitely going to try and keep the momentum going in some way. Obviously, in winter it's going to be more difficult than in summer, but where there's a willy, there's a way. That's the way, isn't it? Uh, but yeah, thank you again, Trisha. That'll buy an ice cream or two or something of that nature, won't it? But yeah, I'm really excited about next week. There's a chance it's going to be the last week of the summer holidays that I have a free Monday, I think, because the Monday after is a bank holiday, and we've now decided that we're going to open the restaurant on all bank holiday Mondays. So I'm going to be working the week after, and that's going to be it. That's going to be the end of August, the end of the summer holidays, and then we're kind of into September, aren't we? But I'm not going to let the momentum completely die. As I say, Emma and I are chatting about some potential ideas which might be quite fun and quite exciting, and which you guys certainly might enjoy. One of the ideas would definitely see me out of my comfort zone. But then I've got other ideas as well. The North Wales thing that's been happening, I'd love that to continue through winter. I would love to see Llandudno in winter, for example. Snowdonia would be amazing. Snowdonia is doable from here. I could just about do Snowdonia in the same day. It wouldn't have to involve a hotel. But I mean, if you remember back to the couple of times I stayed in Rill, well, the hotel room was like 30 quid. So hopefully, once the holiday season is out of the way, then Travelodges will become, excuse me, very affordable again. and I can crack on with the idea that I was talking about in the last Llandudno video of hotel camping, where you book the cheapest hotel room going, and try and do a super cheap do where you effectively camp in your hotel room. So take your own food, cook your food in the room. I'd use that thing that Neil and Sophie very kindly bought me. All of that sort of thing. I think that would be quite good and quite enjoyable. So yeah, definitely plans to keep the momentum going through the winter. But I'm just going to enjoy the hell out of next week. So if you're not up to speed, then 3 days next week. Monday, I'm going to Great Yarmouth, and I'm going to have a go on a monorail and have a go on a very historic roller coaster. Can't wait for that. Then I'm bringing the M11 and Little Lemon back up here. On Tuesday, we're doing Gulliver's Kingdom. If you don't know Gulliver's, then you won't know why I love the place as much as I do. And then on Wednesday, we're going to do the Heights of Abraham. Now, I'm going to be working as well in the evenings, of course. It's going to be, and Monday's going to be an awful lot of driving, obviously. And, there's going to be a hell of a lot of upheaval for poor old Emma, who's going to be doing it with a young child in tow and all of that shenanigans. But we are so looking forward to it. We're going to make the very best of it. And it might be the last big hurrah for this summer, but there will be lots of other hurrahs still to come. I'm going to make sure of that. We're having too much fun to just slip back into, oh, well, that's it. No more fun until next spring. Bugger that. We've got to get through the winter somehow, haven't we? Anyway, let's get back to your comments, shall we? Holly is saying hello to everyone. People are drinking water and Diet Coke. My goodness gracious me. Gosh, there you go. It's possible not to be drinking alcohol at midnight on a Friday. Who knew? I certainly didn't. Cheers. Without the bean sprouts, is it just chow? Says Peter P. Well, no, it's not, because chow mein literally means fried noodles. So as long as there are noodles in it and they are fried rather than just soaked in water or whatever, then it is chow mein. Yep, that's what chow mein means, darling. Fried noodles. So you can have it without bean sprouts. We did on Monday, but that wasn't on purpose. Holly is reminding us that the Marks and Spencer's pork pie had gristle in it. And that's in response to I've missed some comments, haven't I? I've missed some comments, dear me. That's in response from a comment from Jimmy. Where's that one then? I don't know what's going on tonight. The comments have all gone a bit weird. Anyway, Mark says, today I've been mostly dealing with a leak from my bathroom, which has led to a significant water stain, leaks in my youngest bedroom, which he now won't sleep in. Oh, God. I really hate old plumbing. It can be problematical. Hang on, I'm trying to work this one out. So if I'm not sure what you're getting at there, my lovely. I'm not sure I quite understand that one. Oh yeah. Jimmy F500 had lamb thingies on a stick, which was new to him, and they were okay. Emma says, I was naughty and got takeaway chow mein again. It was nice, but still not as nice as yours. And you will be disgusted that I had mushrooms in it and bean sprouts. I am a tad disgusted about the mushrooms. I know that. Oh, right. Hang on. Oh, yeah. Right. Sorry, I misunderstood that. Sophie, absolutely. I will be very glad uh, to to write down my chow mein recipe or one of them. I'll write down a couple because I don't always do it exactly the same way. I mean, a classic chow mein, if you want a classic chow mein, if you want it to taste the way that it does from your restaurant or takeaway, then that's dead simple. The ingredients are dead simple. In terms of, put your noodles. Um, well, I will write it down for you, but a classic chow mein, so easy, so easy. Little bit of oil in your wok. You don't need a lot, and then your meat of choice, if you're putting meat in there, whatever vegetables you want to put in, onion, you can put some pepper in there, mushrooms if you're Emma, whatever you want to put in, stir fry them very quickly, bung your noodles in, stir fry them, and then you're going to put in MSG, light soy, dark soy, oyster sauce, and that's all there is. Oh, and a bit of salt, and that's really all there is in there. And then uh, halfway through, add in the bean sprouts. You don't want to cook them as long as everything else because you want a bit of crunch. You want the bean sprouts to be al fresco or firm to the bite, as they say in Portugal. And then add in spring onion greens at the very last minute, and they will be half constituent, half garnish. But I tend to go a bit more complicated than that, and I add spicy with this, that, and the other. But yeah, I'll gladly give you the recipe. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll scribble down the recipe for the one that I made you and Neil because you both said that you really enjoyed that. So I'll give you that particular recipe, and then you can take that as a starting point and play about with it to your own heart's content, can't you? I think that's what recipes should be, really. I think they should be a starting point rather than a Bible. So if you use recipes, darlings, then and good for you, because if you're not a trained chef, then you're not going to know exactly what goes with what or what works together. So following a recipe is a great idea. It's a starting point. But once you've done that, I would say don't be afraid to go off piste and play about with it a bit yourself, so that it suits what suits you. As I say, I wouldn't give you much of a thank you for for a restaurant chow mein now because I know that it would be more disappointing than my own. Same reason I won't go to a carvery or I won't go anywhere and pay for a Sunday lunch because I know that it's not going to be as good as the one that I make. Uh, Other things I will pay for because they can do it better than me. I'll never go anywhere for a curry, obviously, because honestly, when you've eaten staff curry, then there's when you've eaten Nepali staff curry, then you could never go to a curry house again as long as you live. But there we are. There we are. um, yeah. Oh, that's very kind. Honestly, though, yours is better, says Emma back to the chow mein. You make beautiful food, Boaty. That's very kind. Um, I can make the odd thing that's okay, I suppose. I'd love to be better though, and I'd love to be able to make more. Maybe that will be a thing over the winter. And if any of you guys would like to would like to join me in a bid to expand your culinary expertise, or to develop a little bit more culinary expertise or something, then that'd be great. Let's all do it together. I mean, something that, there are things that I would love to make that I've never made, like, like a cottage pie. Boo used to make a fabulous cottage pie, and it didn't look that difficult, but it's not something I've ever thought of doing. In fact, I've never made a pie. That could be the title for this live stream, darlings. I've never made a pie, but I haven't. I've never made a pie, and God knows it doesn't look that difficult. Maybe things like that I should do. And what I should definitely do, definitely, is get my slow cooker back out. When I was married, I used to make so much stuff in the slow cooker. My Palo Alto Vesuvio slow cooked was amazing, absolutely amazing. Palo Alto Vesuvio is a peasant rustic Italian dish that I'm very fond of. Um, it's, as so many things are in Italian cooking, it's heavily tomato and garlic based, but with a shed load of chili in there and beautiful fresh Italian herbs. And I used to slow cook it with chicken on the bone. Oh God, it was amazing, amazing. I would cook it on the lowest heat in the slow cooker, and I would literally leave it cooking all day. Before we went to work, it would be in and on. And I would put the chicken in raw, absolutely raw. So the chicken on the bone, which keeps it, and chicken is more succulent on the bone anyway. And then the chicken would poach in what would become the sauce, because you've got all your bits and pieces in there with some water. And obviously that would become a sauce as the heat works through it. And then you've got the chicken on the bone poaching in the sauce. And when you walked in from work, God, your house smelt like the best Italian restaurant in the world. And just add some lovely fresh bread or whatever you want to add with it. And what an amazing meal that was. And it was so cheap to make. I haven't had my slow cooker out the whole time I've been in Windy Bum. And to me, that seems like about 3 months. It's 8 years, maybe 9. So the slow cooker's sitting down there. I need to get that out and I need to use it again. Oh, I'm getting inspired to cook all sorts of things now. This is quite exciting. It won't be a bad winter after all, darlings. It'll be a foodie winter. But thank you, Emma. Thank you for that those very kind words. Oh, John is with us, a lovely John Stoodley. Good evening, all in chat. And of course, Mr. Boaty, mate, good evening to you, John. Hope you're doing okay, old chap. Keep your chin up and all that. Diddly-doo. Oh, fantastic news from Simone. She contacted the Devon Vintage Car Club, and a chap is helping her to move TC on Monday. Brilliant. Nice one, Simone, says Peter P. Skick says Gulliver's in Warrington. No, I would love to visit the other Gulliver's, Skick. I would love to. I've never been to any of them. The Gulliver's that we're going to is the original Gulliver's near me, Gulliver's Kingdom in Matlock, Bath. And that's the one that I fell in love with. However, I would love to visit the other ones, especially the one with the wooden roller coaster. Now, when Boo was working through the ranks and being promoted through the wazoo at her gullies, our gullies, then they were offering her all sorts of incentives to go and work at the other ones, especially the ones that were open when Matlock Bath wasn't in the kind of off season. And she never did it because it involved, they used to put the staff in shared caravans because they would stay there for a week. They'd do a work shift of a week, and Boo never wanted to be away for that length of time. But so, and we never got round to visiting any of the others. I'd love to do it, but no, the one that we will be at is the original Gullies in Matlock Bath. And for those who've never visited, it is amazing. It's set into the side of the cliff. The whole thing is like on a it's a 1 in 4 hill to walk from one area to the other. But there's a chairlift there with the most amazing views. When you're going down, oh, you've got to, and it's lovely. You need to have a touch of romance in your soul to enjoy it, because you could go to it and just think, well, this place is 40 years out of date. It's dirty. It's a bit crap. The rides are all a bit shit. The food is pretty awful. Um, and it's inconvenient because everywhere is on a massive hill. And you wouldn't be unjustified in thinking that. But if you've got a bit of romance in your soul, then you will be blown away by the location and the views and the old world charm of it all. Uh, that was the case for me and Boo and Little Miss. As I say, Boo used to be the manager there. Little Miss and I would be there every Sunday whenever they were open, and I just adore the place. And I'm so looking forward to having a new chapter with it, if you like. And I have no memories of Gulliver's of my own. I was never taken there when I was a child or anything like that. I'd never been there before I started courting Boo. And when we got to the stage where I'd been introduced to Little Miss and we'd become friends, and Little Miss became part of our gang, so that it became the three of us doing everything together. Obviously, initially, it was me and Boo when we were courting, and Boo had had troubles in the past with introducing Little Miss to boyfriends, and it was absolutely disastrous on every occasion. But I had a little bit of an inkling of how to deal with it, and we went very slowly, catchy monkey. And for the first, however long it was, couple of months, I suppose, um, Jess and I didn't really meet. And then at some point, we decided the time was kind of okay. And I took the whole family bowling and we had a laugh. And then, just gradually, me and Little Miss became best friends. And we became, the other children were older and they were doing their own thing. Little Miss was like 7 years old or something when I came on the scene. And we became a very tight little trio, did me, Bill, and Little Miss. And we did everything together. We never excluded her from anything. So when Little Miss started coming and spending time at Windy Bum, I would obviously try and find things for her to do. And that's when Gulliver's came on the scene. And we fell in love with Gulliver's and we fell in love with Matlock Bath. And we decided that we should try and live there. And thanks to an accident and a triple lawsuit and Sainsbury's, that became a reality. And we started our new life in Matlock Bath. And and Boo ended up working at Gullies, and me and Little Miss used to go there every week free of charge. So I'm really looking forward to going back and starting a new chapter there. Diddly do. Oh, Emma's thanking Trisha, and Trisha saying our pleasure. Hope you enjoy the day. We will, and it really is lovely of you, Trisha. Thank you so much. Emma says, I won't let you let the momentum and summer fun end, Boaty. I'm a girl on a mission. Oh, now then. And Oh, yeah, I am too. I am too. Emma is genuinely touched by the kindness of the community, and I very much echo that. Um, Jimmy F 500 asks, "Will Little Lemon be scared of you, Boaty?" Good question. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. It's not upheaval, Boaty says, Emma. It'll be easier in some ways. Travel will be far easier for a start. Oh, there you are. Peter P had a G and T when he was watching Emma's part two video. Oh, that was the Monday video, wasn't it? Part two. Yeah. Tell you what, Emma's churning some content out now, isn't she? Oh yeah. You're not short of content on the old disinterested car girl channel. Getting good views as well. Her Slandidno video, the original one, did way better than mine. 1,400 views and counting, nearly 1,500. Her car show videos that are doing really good views, better than people who've been doing car shows for years and actually know what they're talking about. So it's all looking really promising, really. The part two video went public accidentally. It was meant to be published tomorrow, hence why it disappeared. I wondered why it went. I watched a bit of it, and then I went to look at it again, and it said this video is private. Oh, so there we are. Oh, good luck with that. Emma's trying to get all of her videos edited and scheduled before it's time for the next shenanigans. Holly says, Boaty, I'd be interested in watching you cook the chow mein and other things. I will definitely do it. Jimmy says, I always boil my breast of chicken when I do a chow mein. Right, well, fair enough. I use marinated meat from the restaurant to just add another few levels of taste to the mix. If I was using my own chicken from scratch for chow mein, I would use a Chinese method called velveting, and I would velvet the chicken. Cottage pie asks Black Lines. Oh, hello, Black Lines. Didn't know you were here. You'll need a big tin for that. I've got baking trays and things. I've got them. I just don't use them. I make a mean cottage pie, says Simone. Simone, make a video of it. Give me some tips. Give me a starting point. I've got no idea. I'm trying to remember how Boo used to do it. I mean, you make mince, don't you? And you add stuff into the mince, and then you make mashed potato, and then you put the mashed potato over the mince, and then you bake it. Is the basis of it, I think. So I can kind of get my head around that, but obviously, as with anything else, I mean the devil's going to be in the detail, isn't it? So it's what do you put into the mince? What do you put into the mashed potato? What do you add in to make it taste more wonderful and exciting than just minced meat with mashed potato, which is all right. And I suppose do you make a gravy or a jus or a sauce? I suppose you must do. Well, we can talk about all of this. We should have. Maybe that's what we should do going into, not now, not while it's still summer and we should all be outside and enjoying ourselves. And according to the program I was listening to tonight on Radio 4, we should be getting a lot more sun than we currently get. We shouldn't be worrying about skin cancer because we live in the United Kingdom, some of us, not all of us. And if you live in the UK, the benefits of the sun far outweigh the potential risk factors. Obviously, the risk factors of the sun are burning your skin, skin cancer, melanoma, etc. But the benefits of the sun, I hadn't realized, are you have lower blood pressure in summer than you do in winter. And that's because sunlight on your skin releases a thing. I can't remember what it's called, but it releases something into your bloodstream, which opens up your arteries and reduces your blood pressure. That's why you're much less likely to die of a stroke or a heart attack in summer than you are in winter. It Sunlight reduces your risk of cardiovascular disease as well. It also reduces your risk of cancer. So get your asses out into the sun while we've got it. But when the sun fades away and we start moving into autumn, darlings, then let's have a food challenge every week. We've talked about this before, and we've kind of done it with the Frey Bentos pie and whatnot. But let's have a food challenge, a weekly food challenge, where we have to make a thing. We've got all the community stuff now. We've got the live streams. We've got the WhatsApp chat. We've now got the Messenger community chat and the Messenger community video chat things. And we'll be sharing the links around for those if you're not already a member. So this winter, let's have weekly food challenges where we each set to work and actually make something. And I'm perfectly willing to get right out of my comfort zone, and I'll have a go at making something I've never made before, like a cottage pie, for example. That'd be really good fun. We can have some fun with that. Boaty says, Emma, your trademark cottage pie should be called Windy Bum Pie because Windy Bum is your cottage. Oh, clever. Yes. Windy Bum Pie. Well, there you go. There you go. Right. Let's not forget that. That can be the first food challenge when we're ready to do it. I mean, it can't be soon because we're all going to be out and about soaking up the sun so we don't get cancer and we get our blood pressure down and we don't drop dead of heart attack. I can't believe the time. Time has really marched on. It's almost midnight, darling. So probably start saying you good nights, really. Uh, and yeah, gosh, the hour has just flown by. I've really enjoyed tonight. 35 of you still watching. 21 of you have tickled that like button. Thank you so much for staying awake and giving me your time this late at night. I'm really so grateful, and I've really enjoyed this. And as so often happens when I spend time with you guys, I get really enthusiastic about the future. And it's lovely to just catch up with you on a daily basis, especially when there are things like, Neil. Oh, now then, Neil. Talking about Neil, except I'm not going to be talking about Neil, except tangentially. Yesterday, Samrat, who you all know, he's part of the community. He's part of my work family, obviously, but he's been in the live streams, he's been in videos. He had to leave work halfway through last night because his wife had been taken to hospital. And would you believe he wasn't at work again tonight? And would you believe appendicitis? His wife has got appendicitis and is in Neil's boat waiting for an appendectomy. So sending all the love in the world to Samrat and his good lady wife. And yeah, there you go. This appendicitis, it seems to be catching. I'm safe. I'm too old to get it, and some of you are as well. But there we are. But I love this daily thing of just being able to check in and catch up with you all, and see how you're doing and maybe lift your spirits a little bit or have a laugh with you. And of course, above all, and I'll be totally honest about this, I've never denied it. It's a very selfish thing. Um, I get more from these live streams than you guys probably do. Um, Hopefully it's like 50-50, but believe me, I do these not entirely unselfishly. I do them because they're great for me. And I've talked about that loads of times. Shut up. It's gone midnight. Let them get to sleep. Right. I'll wish really comments, darlings, and then we'll all get off to bed, shall we? Maybe a bit of supper first. I've got staff curry to come. I've got a Saturday brunch to look forward to tomorrow. I need to take a sausage out of the freezer. Everything else is ready to go, I think, and I'm really excited about that. So, isn't life amazing, darlings? It's a wonderful life if you don't weaken. And I hope you've all got things to look forward to as well. Right, come on then. Come on, let's pull together for the final rush. We'll work through these comments, we'll say goodnight, and we'll get off and we'll get to bed and we'll wake up all excited about the old weekend. Here we go. Right, where were we? Emma doesn't like pre-packed sandwiches at all. The taste is so bland. Simone went for a wander around Marks and Spencer's food hall, but the prices were ridiculous. Hearty food in winter is wonderful, says Emma. You could really go to town. I look forward to that. Peter P had a Marks and Spencer's roasted chicken in night. I'm so sorry. Peter P had an M&S roasted chicken in 1997. Simone would be quite happy to make a cottage pie for anyone. And Emma says, I need me some Simone pie. I would love to try Simone's pie as well. I love cottage pie. And I haven't had cottage pie since Boo and I split up. So, right, I can feel a theme coming on. Right, bugger Frey Bentos. We'll make our own pies. We'll be a cottage pie community. Oh, yeah, that's what we'll be. We've done our Frey Bentos thing. Now we'll do our cottage pie thing. What? I should rub it up. John says, I heard Emma mention me in your lunch video today, Boaty. I feel honoured and thank you, Emma and Matron. You all put a smile on my face. I'm really glad to hear that, John. That's lovely. M&S are expensive, says Holly, but most products are very good quality. And if you can go, this is good advice. If you can go at reduced price times, then go because you can get cheaper products. Peter P can imagine Simone having a pie stand in the back of TC at shows. That would be brilliant. Sherry, who's with us, got to be me, says chow mein in the US is not fried. That would be lo mein. I hate bean sprouts. I like snap peas, baby corn, and bamboo shoots. Oh, I love bamboo shoots and water chestnuts. Chow mein is the cheapest Chinese meal in the US. What is in staff curry? Oh, that would take me forever to tell you, Sherry. That would take me forever. But, and Emma says they chop up the old staff and put them in the curry. Staff curry is an amazing thing. It's not at 26 minutes to 1. It's not the right time to tell you all about it, but I will do. Hot food in the rain at shows, says Jimmy F500. Can't beat it. Jimmy says, Boaty, hope you got a car seat for Little Lemon. Jimmy, I didn't, but I was aware that one would be needed. So I reminded Emma that a car seat would be needed. And I told her in good time, so she had plenty of time to arrange one. Yeah, I hadn't forgotten that small people need car seats. So yeah, that was the one of the first things I talked to Emma about. I remember the great day when little Miss, we were able to get rid of her car seat and she was just able to sit in a seat. Little Miss loved car journeys. She'd sit up in the, she used to come to work with me a lot of the time. And oh, we'd have the best time. So there will be a car seat, don't worry. I'm all up on the legalities of driving with kids. The problem for me, says Simone, is that I stopped eating beef as it angers my guts. We don't want that. As usual, says Emma, this live stream is making me hungry. Hungry, sorry. I'll do a shepherd's pie, says Simone. Ah, well, that's with lamb, isn't it? And I try not to eat lamb. Jimmy F500 says Tesco's have gone a bit dear for me. Don't know about Emma's comment. Uh, in the winter, says Emma, we can maybe do a Boggs Community Messenger video called Cook Along. What a fabulous idea. What a fabulous idea. Don't forget to like, says Jimmy Quinn. And I would be very grateful for that. 24 of you have tickled the old like button. Tricia says, good night, Jason and all bugs. Thank you again, Tricia. Don't mention heart attacks, Boaty, says Jimmy F500. I'm waiting on an ecogram appointment. Oh, sorry. I am so happy to have found this channel. I live in Australia. I have binge watched Boaty. I bloody love it. Oh, well. Oh, and that's somebody called, oh, that's actually somebody called I Am, I think. So, well, welcome. Thank you for enjoying me and enjoying us and the community. And you're very, very welcome indeed. Look forward to getting to know you a lot better. I'm so happy to hear you talk about the benefits of the sun, says Sherry. I didn't hear from Sophia for most of my life, and I'm pale as a ghost. I'm not allowed to take vitamin D anymore, so I really need the sun. Thank you. Uh, Holly says, Emma, your Boaty's World breakfast video was good. And Boaty, that breakfast you cooked, Emma, looked super. Well done. Oh, well, thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. The next one will be even better. John's off to sleep and says, good night, all in chat, and good night, Boaty, mate. Good night to you. 9:32 a.m. here. Good night to all of you in the beautiful UK. And jolly good night to you as well. Emma says, Holly, the breakfast was good. Glad you enjoyed the video. Wow, says Simone. That's the first time anyone has said they want to eat my pie. Well, there you go. That's first time for everything. Actually, says Sherry, I meant water chestnuts. You're right. I didn't mean bamboo shoots. I like both. I'm going to have a gander at the lunch vid soon, said Jimmy 500. It'll be a long gander. It's the best part of 2 hours. And all of the best stuff comes later on, as usual. Oh, Linda, you've just fixed your handle and your name is Linda. Welcome, Linda. Now we know your name. That's wonderful. So it's Linda. Linda is our new Australian friend. We've already got friends in Australia, but one more is so welcome. Thank you for finding us. Thank you for being part of this. And yeah, hope to get to know you a lot better and see you again very soon. Holly asks, did I nick the jam sachets from somewhere? No, I didn't. Matron very kindly bought the preserve and jam sachets and had them sent to me via Amazon, I believe. So they were courtesy of Matron. Thank you very much for those, Matron. And then she added Marmite to them as well, after which she did nick them from Premier Inn. But no, they were bought and paid for. And I might deploy one of the marmalades with my Saturday brunch tomorrow, darlings. Hi, Linda, and welcome, says Matron. Gosh, right. Thank you. Love to be a part of Boaty's world, says Linda. Oh, that's brilliant. And Emma says, yep, you are now, Linda. There's no escape now. Quite right. On that note, darlings, I am going to let you escape. Gosh, it's 20 to 1 here in the old UK. I need to get well, I need to get my supper on. I need to change into my night attire. But above all, oh, good point. Linda's Scrabble score, Boaty. We need to give Linda a Scrabble score. Oh, it's not going to be very high, is it? Oh dear. Let's have a look. So, 1, 2, 3. Oh dear me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Linda, I'm afraid your YouTube handle and indeed your name is only worth a miserly 6 points in Scrabble. So I haven't got the leaderboard in front of me, but I think you might be bottom of the old leaderboard with that. Dear, oh dear, 6 points. Never mind. Well, I mean, that's better. Think of it this way. That's better than being anonymous and in the middle. At the top of the leaderboard, I think, is Mr. Stephen Paddy from Port Sunlight in the Widow. And we've now got Linda, who I think is at the bottom with 6 points. And Peter P says, oh no, Linda beat me. Yeah, what were you, Peter? I can't remember. I'll work it out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, you're 10, aren't you? You're 10. So yeah, you're 4 points ahead of Linda. But there we are, darlings. I can't thank you enough for your company. I'm gonna let you go now. I'm gonna get changed. I'm gonna get a quick shower, get into my night togs, get some staff putty on, and I'm going to finish the rest of my lovely wine. Tomorrow, I'm going to make a nice Saturday brunch if all goes according to plan. And tomorrow night, I will be back here with you at 11:30 UK time for Saturday Night Live, and I just can't wait. Thank you all. Thank you all so much for giving me your time so late and for giving each other our mutual time so late. On a Friday night. Remember, there is the WhatsApp community chat, there's the Facebook Messenger community chat, and the Messenger video chat. There's the Facebook group, Boaty's World, so that we can all keep in contact when there isn't a live stream going on. And that's lovely. I love that. I love this whole community. I love what we've got going on. It means the world to me, and I will never stop thanking each and every one of you for it. Thank you again for Trisha for her lovely little little bung for our Gulliver's treat. That's really, really appreciated. And on that note, I'm going to bid you all a fond farewell. Please, all of you, have a safe and peaceful night, and or, depending on your time frame, a fabulous day ahead. Have the best day that you possibly can. Take every little bit of joy you can from wherever you can find it. Ring the day, ring every little bit of joy out of the day, and damn well relish it. Relish it. And yeah, take care of yourselves. If you're lucky enough to have people who you love or who love you, then please do take really good care of them as well. And if you can, join me and all of the wonderful community people in the chat tomorrow night, 11:30 UK time. Okay, much love from me. Can't wait to see you next time. But chew and indeed, bosh.